they can do it on the internet and what have you, but they have not been able to come together and criticize whatever they have been planning. I agree. So unless something happens, it may be a bit difficult for Gen Zs.
Okay, the thing is, the young people must keep off the naysayers. I was with a group of young people on Saturday at a place called Sagana, quite a number of them, and it was my very first engagement with young people on matters government and leadership, and I would say the first time because I had not met them physically, or I've never met such a group physically. And when you listen to them, they are number one, very passionate. They are hopeful that they can achieve their dreams of a better Kenya. And we should not kill their dreams. We should encourage them as millennials, as the Gen X and all of us, including their grandmothers and grandfathers. We must encourage them. And the reason I say that we must encourage them is to realize that we do not have another country other than the country that we live in today. And the politicians who came before us have also shown us that what they put first is their personal interest and the interest of their families. And the reason as to why the young people continue to suffer in this country is because we have, chosen people or put people into power, and they have got no interest. And I am happy my brother had just said, before we delved into this, he mentioned something very, very important, that even the people we put in power, whether it is cabinet secretary or even PSs, are all billionaires. And therefore they cannot understand the hustler language. We have been using the hustler language just to whip people emotionally and make them vote for us. But we don't mean it. And it is very wrong for any of us who has suffered under the hands of the systems that be, not to support the young people for whatever agenda, because we are also parents. If you're not a parent, you are a grandparent. You are a sister, you are a brother, and it is important that we encourage them. I know right now the young people feel defranchised because of what has been happening to them. They came to the street the first time, I think it was so organic, and they were able to make us listen to them. The second time they tried to come, you know what happened. So many of them have been maimed. So many of them were abducted, forced disappearances, and even killed.
Okay, let me just...
It is important that we instill some hope. Because if we do not do that, what is going to happen in the next few days or in the next 2 years or 1 year and something, there's going to be apathy, and these people will not vote, just like they did in 2022. Actually, in 2022, if you ask most of these young people, they will tell you they didn't vote. And I expected them to come out in 2027 and at least vote, so that, because by not coming out to vote, you are actually indirectly voting for that person that you did not want.
All right. Let me just put some clarification. You see, what I'm trying to say is that let the young people join the mainstream politicians.
It is either or.
Yeah, for example, when we had some function in Western Kenya, we took along all these young men so that once they join the mainstream, they can vie for certain positions and they walk alongside. I get it. They can, you see what I'm trying to say is on their own they cannot be able to survive. But you see, like for example, in a county, you'll discover that we have young men who want to become women rep, we have young ladies who want to become women rep, we have young men who want to become MPs. We should be able to support those people, those young men, so they can also have a position in a society. Because look at most of these Gen Zs, they may not have the financial ability, but if they tag along and they're given opportunity to address the public, to address the media, they are able to sell themselves. I get that. They'll be able to hold. You remember like in the 80s and 90s, Paul Muite, James Orengo, they were young thugs. They didn't have the ability, but they clung on, by that time, Jaramogi, they clung on Masina Muliro along. But eventually, we ended up electing so many young thugs in parliament. So what I'm trying to say right now is that we all need Gen Zs. We need people with new ideas. Because let me tell you something in this country. If we are going to elect the same politicians we've elected, we'll never get out of this shit.
Right.
We'll still remain in these problems. But if we are able to bring in people with the new ideas, where are these people? These are Gen Zs. They say they're not tribal, they don't have, I agree, but they must be able to tag along other politicians for them to succeed.
Speaking about the 2027 elections, there are serious concerns about possible rigging. It is part of the stories we've covered here at TV47.